Mr. President, you've been a governor and a president, so you have a unique experience looking at it from two directions. What do you think tribal sovereignty means in the 21st century, and how do we resolve conflicts between tribes and the federal and state governments?
Tribal sovereignty means that it's sovereign. You've been given sovereignty, and you're viewed as a sovereign entity. And therefore, the relationship between the federal government and tribes is one between sovereign entities.
You are and have always been prejudiced against me and any Native Americans who have stood before you. You have openly favored the government all through this trial, and you are happy to do whatever the FBI would want you to do in this case. You're about to perform an act which will close one more chapter in the history of the failure of the United States courts and the failure of the people of the United States to do justice in the case of a Native American. After centuries of murder, could I have been wise in thinking that you would break that tradition and commit an act of justice?
Prisoner of war. Prisons really come into being at the very end of the 18th century. This chant of law and order is that law serves order. The state is about order. That's how it maintains its centralization and authority.
Locked in an iron cell.
So long as there is a relatively low degree of outright resistance to the prevailing order, you see relatively few prisons. That 1 in 3 African American males in the United States is either currently in prison, in the process of being imprisoned, that is, they're in the judicial process, or has been released from prison.
We were who we were in our generation, caught between the past and the future, in a society that wants to deny us a present.
We got 1.8 million people locked up in actual penal facilities in the United States. There shall be no slavery in the United States, with the exception of people duly convicted in prisons.
Marshals, goons, and FBI agents.
The FBI, RCMP, COINTELPRO, counterterrorism, COINTELPRO, counterintelligence program, and neutralize the target. Create jealousies and suspicion between the individuals within the group so that they cannot function in a cohesive and coherent way. To eliminate those activists who made the organizations work. And as we all know, thought is the real menace to social order. For the building of more prison beds, more prisons for that matter, more police to put people in prison.
The only thing I'm guilty of is struggling for my people. The only thing I'm guilty of is struggling for my people.
In prisons, there is no law. There are no rights.
To neutralize the target is the object.
My release date is 2035.
Prisoner of war.
Yes, I'm frightened of dying in prison. Yes, I'm frightened of dying in prison.
When policemen break the law, then there isn't any law. Just the fight for survival.
I'll be an old man. Look out.
prisoner of war.
Crazy Horse glanced through the open door and saw bars on the window, manacles on the wall, and the ball and chain.